Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Lisa Ouellette of Lifetime Pickleball. We will be doing the regular podcast in the future, but today's will just feature the interview and not the normal segments that most other podcasts feature for us. I hope you enjoy this, and please, if you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend, an enemy, a coworker, whoever you want. We really appreciate you spreading the word, and we hope you enjoy the interview.
Oh, this. Okay.
Yeah, scoot her up a little. Should be fine. There's plenty of slack there.
Okay.
All right. So I have Lisa Ouellette with me,
Mhm.
one of my favorite Lifetime people, possibly of all time.
I hope I might be the first one you met.
I think you were, actually. I think I interviewed with you and then ended up working at like the farthest lifetime from you.
Yes. Almost probably 3.5 years ago.
Yes, that's actually wow. It's
Yeah,
been that long.
I
Wow.
know.
That's crazy. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, happy to be
Appreciate
here.
it. You've been doing a lot of the behind the scenes help for us, which I've appreciated
Yes.
especially.
I've enjoyed watching you and Pat just
Trying to
get
figure it
creative.
out. Yeah, it's been going. So, all right. So before we kind of get into it, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you found pickleball?
Sure. I was a lifetime member essentially since the Burlington Club opened. And one by one, all my friends were getting lifetime jobs, and I felt left out. And I was like, I want a lifetime job. This looks like fun. All my friends work here now. And people kept telling me that I could set up the nets on the basketball floor for pickleball. And I was like, I have no idea what that is, but 10 hours a week sounds like something I could handle. I'll set up the nets. How hard could that be? So I set up the nets for a couple weeks and it was going great. The people were nice. We had like 30, 40 players. And all of a sudden, these like paint cans arrived and they were like, you're getting permanent courts. And so now this is a full-time job. I was like, great. And so then just a month later, we painted our courts, May, uh, about little over 3 years ago, and never looked back. So
Sounds about right for
it immediately got
pickleball
crazy,
work.
and I was the only employee, and then I had to scramble to hire people. I was at the club in the day, then I would go home, get my kids, bring them back. I was there all night. It was an instant success, and we were full from 5 a.m. till midnight. People would play till midnight. They'd wake up, come back, start playing at 6 a.m. Pretty much since the very moment we opened. And sometimes I think it hasn't slowed. And now I have 15 people on that team. I have 3 other clubs, all sorts of stuff.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's insane to hear that just came from just genuine interest.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy. Okay. So you've been at Lifetime for what?
About 3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so I must have met you right as you got going then.
I think you were I think you were maybe one of the first people I ever interviewed.
Wow.
I think.
Okay.
I can't, I should have looked it up, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
that's pretty
And
crazy.
then you were in Framingham. So.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now you've been involved with it. I know I've seen you in Lifetime stuff and out of some Lifetime stuff too. So that's really interesting. So kind of moving on from that, I do want to talk a little bit about this wood paddles tourney.
Yes. Yes.
So
So one thing I've learned, I spent 20 years in marketing before the lifetime job. So was no stranger to events. I did events for an investment firm for 15 years. I worked for a private chef. Basically spent my whole life in events. And one thing I've seen in pickleball over these past 3 years is that you have to keep coming up with new ideas. And the tournament market in particular is really difficult right now. In the past, I guess, 6 to 9 months, we've noticed it get a lot harder to fill brackets. We have to do a lot more outreach. And so one of my colleagues in Michigan actually sent me this flyer, and I was like, what a fantastic idea. So it's not my idea. The full credit, well, the PPA is also doing it. So I suppose it's their idea as well. And it's not a brand new idea. But if he's watching this, I have to give credit to one of my longtime, lifetime besties, Bob Dunn in Rochester Hills. sent me this flyer and I was like, yes, like we have to do this. So it's gotten a lot of excitement. It will not be to duper, but you will be playing with a very expensive $5 wooden paddle. And we have decided to make three money ball brackets, and you'll get to keep your paddle if you don't break it. We thought about like you get one extra if you break it, but if you go into the third paddle, like you're disqualified. Like you can't break the paddle. And so we'll see. I think it will fill. Everything is like slow to add people, but we have six different brackets from August 21st to August 24th.
Wow.
So, and three of them we're gonna run as a money ball. And if those fill, hopefully it will be 200-ish per player. For winner.
Wow.
So for the winner.
Wow, that's actually
So with a wooden paddle. So come sign up, test your luck.
like I'm just picturing like
They're from Core.
like
I
okay.
can say that. They were very kindly willing to give me a little discounts.
I like it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Volume discounts.
Well, they probably haven't had an
So-
order of that quantity in
Well,
quite some
got them
time.
too, so they're gonna be super trendy now.
No, I think that's awesome. And I'm sure there's been wood paddle tournaments well before
Yes,
the
but
PPA
this is
was
the
done.
60th anniversary of Pip. So
Oh,
a
wow.
lot of people
Okay.
don't realize that. Many people have said to me, like, I thought pickleball started with COVID. Like, nope, 1965. A lot of people know that. So I think Bob's everyone wore tie-dye shirts. So I'm not making my people dress up, but if they want to dress in the 60s,
That would be pretty
tie-dye
awesome.
shirts. I think
I don't
that's
think that's
70s.
yeah.
I don't know
think
what,
that's tie-dye.
but they wore tie-dye.
I
So
could definitely see some form of like the red, white, and blue like headband type of
yeah,
thing
yeah.
without going to like
Are you
4th
gonna
of
play?
July. Sure, glad.
You should play.
I'm happy
I'm
to.
playing. I'm excited.
I'm
It's gonna
happy
be
to do
fun.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. All right. Well, that was fun to learn a little bit about. So keeping it on the tournament thing, we can go LT Open.
Yep.
So I know many of you guys are probably aware of there is a singles tournament, pros allowed, including contracted PPA pros. I believe it's 50K to the
Mhm.
winner,
Yep.
250K total prize
Yes.
pool.
Yes.
So they're paying out through,
Men's
I
and
believe,
women's 50,000.
yeah, but they're paying out through, I think, the round of 32,
I think that's
something like
right.
that.
Yes.
So, want to tell us what you know on that?
Exciting. So, again, just always trying to innovate, come up with new ideas. This one was not my idea, but super excited to be a part of it. There were some early thoughts about having some regional qualifiers, some local tournaments kind of building up. And I think just to keep it, manageable for year one, the qualifier, I believe, is going to be the first couple days and then go right into the main tournament. It's going to be at Lifetime Peachtree, which is a beautiful facility. Everyone loves playing there. I'm actually going,
Oh, wow.
hopefully helping. And so I'm really excited about that. And it will be really cool.
That's super exciting.
And great that we were able to get, permission for all the world's best players to play. So
100%. 100%. That's going to make it even better than it
Yeah.
already would have been, which I have no doubt it would have been great. But the fact that you're going to have people from like the top 5, the top 10 even is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited. I hope actually a lot of people from my team want to come down. I think it will be fun.
yeah,
Some of my other clubs, people already mentioned like getting a group together to go. So
yeah,
I
that'd
think
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's all singles.
Yes.
All singles,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
pretty crazy. Can't remember the last time I've seen a tournament that
Yeah, I
was
don't.
all singles.
I mean, we've done like a single bracket night,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've ever seen something like that. So it'll be cool to watch.
For context, for those that aren't aware in kind of the local, at least in this part of Massachusetts area, usually how most amateur tournaments are run is like the singles is Friday night and it ends up
Right.
just being big like combo co-ed draw
Mm-hmm.
of like a couple females and a bunch of guys and whatever else, and then they'll do like gender Saturday and mixed Sunday, or sometimes they'll mix that up. But that's cool. So
Yeah,
this is
we've
gonna
always
be
had
like
a hard time filling a full
Yeah.
women's singles bracket. So there's always one or two brave women
yeah,
to
they'll play the
mix
co-ed
in
though.
with
I
the
give them
men. Oh yeah,
yeah.
the first singles tournament we had years ago, a woman won.
There you go.
She
Yeah,
was
I was
awesome.
about
She
to
came
say,
from New Jersey. She totally was like
wow.
a
Okay.
hustler, and we were like, we knew nothing about her, and we're like, wow, like she's like legit. She either won or she came in second. I can't remember, but she like
There you go.
crushed it.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
Duper's supposed to be genderless.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
and ageless.
Right.
So there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Moving it along. Anyways, so let's talk a little bit about these right here. So this is
Yes.
the LT48. See if
Yes.
the camera might be a little far away to focus on that. But yeah, so talk about this a little.
So yeah, the ball. This is exciting. So I joined our corporate racket sports committee about a year ago, and this was already sort of in the works at that point. And at that point, it was the first I had heard about it when I joined the committee, and just really exciting. As a program manager, with our previous ball supplier, I probably bought 400 balls every other month, maybe. We provide all balls for open play, tournaments, leagues, have them out. They get used, from, like I said, 6 a.m. to midnight. We were going through an enormous amount of balls. The only people who were benefiting were our kids program because they turned them into crafts. So we didn't throw the balls away. We were stockpiling cracked balls in our closet in like
Okay.
gross quantities for the wonderful people who organize our parent night out event. And they were making all sorts of things with the cracked balls. So I feel bad for them because now they're not really getting like an excess art supply from us because I would say not anything specific, but our biggest concern now is that they walk away, not that they get break, but they will eventually, but not anywhere close to the rate that we were seeing before. So now I probably order 100 every couple of months, and we keep a few out, and people love them. I think initially there was a little bit of adjustment period. But now, I'll go to some competitors nearby and see our balls like floating around, and people love them. And now that this big news with the PPA was announced, seeing online, Facebook pages, pickleball forum, etc. Like, how do I get the lifetime ball? Is it the same as the one from 6 months ago? Like, had a name change, but same ball. You can get them on Pickleball Central, even though right now it said pre-order. I don't really know what that means, but they're also available on Lifetime website.
So usually when stuff goes to Pickwell Central, there's like a 1 to 2 month delay because they have to put the SKU and all
Gotcha.
that into it.
Gotcha.
I just know that from the
But you
other
can
side.
get them now
Yeah.
on the Lifetime website.
Yeah. So I actually had the wondrous fortune of you letting me test one of these bad boys, I think
Yeah.
almost a
It
year
was
plus
pretty,
ago.
as soon as I
Yeah.
got my first batch, I gave you one.
So I've had a pretty extensive time on it, and I've definitely put it through its paces. I think at one point I played on a 110-degree day with it, and
Mhm.
I've done the opposite and done like the below 30 days with
Mhm.
it outside and indoors. I've been a big fan of it always. You know, I do think it's interesting that because of the extra holes is the reason why it's not USAP
Yep.
approved, but I would imagine that'll be revisited now that it's the primary ball of the PPA and all
I
that.
would,
So
I don't really know where that
yeah, I
stands,
mean,
but I would
it
hope
also
so, but
it also kind of doesn't matter. I've never been to an event where someone's like, oh, I don't know about that ball.
Mhm.
It's usually more like they die or they go out of round or
Right.
someone accidentally steps on one.
Right. I saw a video the other day of like comparing the compressions and then the
Oh
ball
yeah.
coming back to perfect shape, and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
it
That's
was
the
very, very cool.
that's with like the super slow-mo camera and
Yes,
like
yeah,
intentionally hit them all down really hard to
yes,
get the compression shots. Yeah, this would do pretty well on that, I would
yeah,
imagine, because it's on the harder side.
yeah.
So, um, but yeah, I think it's super cool. I think it's awesome that the ball is going to be pretty much just about everywhere now.
Yeah,
So
it's exciting.
moving along, so Lifetime and Yola. This has
Mhm.
been a partnership, I think, since end of 2023,
Oh
maybe.
gosh, probably at least, I should know, at least two, I mean, a while.
I think 2 years.
It's been a
is
while.
about right.
For sure.
So I was curious your kind of experience in brief with that and with the clubs. I know that they've rolled it out to all of the lifetimes.
Yes.
So,
Yep. Yep. I mean, we, continue to get new things to try out and things for our members to demo. The one disadvantage we have is that we're not, some lifetimes have a pro shop. And so we don't have that. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for us to stock things. But I actually just went there to Yola last week. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. All the time blurs together. Which was really cool. And I got coincidental invite there, which was fun. And they have a great program for us as coaches. And yeah.
no, you're good. You're good. That's super exciting though. That's a really awesome, unique partnership that they're taking you these places as well, whether
Yeah.
it's by coincidence or intentional.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch bit on that trip with Yola?
Uh, it was a funny. This is like the world of pickleball, right? Like you're meeting people. People are generally pretty nice, and so a new club that I am helping out transition through a vacancy of a lead is in Maryland, right near Yola headquarters. And coincidentally, my Cynthia McPherson is on my team, and she had just played with this guy, Josh, who lives near there. But that wasn't really the reason why we were going to talk. We were going to talk about something else he was working on. And he just mentioned it. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to Gaithersburg, Maryland next week." And he said, "Huh, I'll pick you up and we'll go to Yola." And I was like, "Okay, this is really cool." Because people are just nice. And so
Wow.
so that was cool. Got to walk around, see some things they were working on. Got to see their court and where they film stuff and test stuff. And that was pretty cool. There's like a little sign everybody takes a
Wow.
picture in front of. Yeah, I felt pretty cool. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I was excited. It was fun.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I personally been trying to do more is like see a lot of the paddle companies, the factories. I want to see the manufacturing too, because I'm curious of
Yeah, that
like
would be cool.
the
I
mass
would like that.
production,
Yeah,
like, like
right.
of just, whether it's goods, paddles, balls, stuff in pickleball. I think it's super interesting to see,
Mhm.
especially now with, get tariffs and all this other stuff
Yep, for
affecting
sure.
it and how that's affecting stuff both there and then on the in between as well.
Mhm.
So, um, but yeah, so that's exciting. So, all right. These are a couple from the guys
Oh,
specifically.
they sent them for
They
me?
sent them for you.
Oh,
Yes.
boy.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So
Who
I'm
sent
gonna
them?
go
Pat and Vinny?
Pat and Vinny. I'm not gonna say which sent what, but
boy.
keep it interesting.
Oh.
But all right. So one of theirs was they were curious how Lifetime kind of deals. In particular, I'll use the Lifetimes you're working with to generalize that
Okay.
because I know you're not every Lifetime.
Scared of this question. Okay.
How, they're going, they're seeing these other clubs, we're getting new clubs at a pretty
Yeah,
fast rate right now.
100%,
I'd
yeah.
say a lot faster than
Totally.
when I entered pickleball.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm curious, is that stuff that you're, factoring in?
Of course. We have to.
Yeah. If you
I
don't want to touch
wouldn't
on it.
be, no, I'm
Yeah.
perfectly fine to touch on that. I think I'm a great person to touch on that because I think that's something that you have to do. You can't, you know, not know anything about your competition. You have to reach out, you have to talk to them. There's a competitor that, I reached out to and I said, "Hey, we're having this problem. Are you having this problem?" And they said, "Yeah." And then we said, "Hey, let's have the same answer." Hey, great idea. Because we both kind of felt the same way, but it was just sort of reassuring that, we were both on the right track for where, we thought we should be progressing some of these topics. I recently joined with another group. We had, I don't know, we went through so many names. I don't know what we wound up calling it. Like, let's call it like a jamboree with 6 different clubs. We each sent a team, an
Okay.
MLP style format, and we kind of all competed against each other. We had a little banner. I think you have to certainly know what your competitors are doing. You have to know what they're good at and what they're not good at, and you have to adapt your program. based on that. So in Burlington, we have a competitor nearby. Obviously, that was a, big deal for us. This summer we did another MLP, well, it's actually 6-person teams events, and we tried to pull some of those folks back in and say like, hey, come to our event. This is going to be really fun, and remember why it's fun to play here. The one thing that I think sets us apart is we try to organize a lot of competitive formats that, aren't any, at my clubs anyway, aren't any additional cost to the members. So here we're in Westwood right now, Wednesday nights. Peter Ma on my team is organizing an awesome competitive different format. He's got stats. He's got all sorts of things.
Okay.
You want to get in on it?
I might have to.
Yeah.
I might have to. Stats? Wow,
There's
so you need some
just it, and then,
statting,
like the next morning, the banter in the chat, and there's like 40 messages back and forth about what happened the night before. And we want to be the preferred place. And so we're gonna keep looking for ways to stay there.
Okay.
So
I think that's awesome.
yeah.
And listen, that's a question that can go a variety of ways, regardless of what club you're at, because, you know, some clubs look at it as, a good thing, a bad thing, and in between. I think it's good that you're kind of understanding what's out there.
Totally. You
And
have to.
then after that,
You have to.
figuring out what route you take.
I
per se.
was an economics major and I have my MBA in marketing.
Okay.
And I have used the word supply and demand more in this pickleball job than I have since way, way back when I graduated. Like we have to adapt to all the market conditions around us, whether that's for space, for price, it wouldn't work if we weren't constantly looking at what's going on.
All right. You're probably gonna know who this one was, which is funny. Is Lifetime the future of pickleball?
Oh gosh. Guess that depends what I think the future of pickleball is.
It's a little vague, I'll say that. Well, let's focus in.
And this is 100% my own opinion belonging to me, not anyone else. I think it's getting harder and harder to charge for things. And so obviously we have a very different model than a pickleball only place. We're a full athletic country club. We have 4 pools, we have water slides, we have kids academy, we have so many things for people who want to use the whole building. What I will say from a pickleball only perspective, the benefit for us is that we have, like in Massachusetts, we might have like 50,000 members. So, and that's all ages, kids, on the membership. Say that's a rough number across the clubs in Massachusetts. We don't have to go out and get members. We have people in this building who've never experienced pickleball. We just have to convert them into pickleball players, which we know it's fun. We know it's addictive. They just have to like get in there and get on the court. So our model is always going to be a little bit different. Plus, we're sort of like an amenity as opposed to like we don't have to pay our own electricity and rent, things like that. So I think we make a really great case for this all-inclusive option where you can come here, you can have a meal, you can leave your kids for 3 hours and go out to dinner on a parent's night out. You can be at the pool, you can do all these other things, and you can also play some really great pickleball. And there are lots of people who belong to pickleball only clubs who call me and like, how can I get a lifetime membership cheaper? I'm like, just ditch your other place and then ditch your gym. And then like we have all the stuff. Like we have everything you need. And if you don't use the rest of the building, like you really should, because you have to take care of your body. You have to, keep up your recovery and your stretching and your strength. And, all these things are really important. So we have all that. You don't have to leave the building. So
I mean, it's literally outside of the courts.
yes.
So for context,
So walk
Westwood context.
and if Vinny asked that question, he's gonna have to film this. Walking from the stairs to the pickleball courts, like if you have no other time or patience to work out, what are the 5 things you can touch on that path that will help you get ready for pickleball? Like that's like the easiest way to like warm up your body based on what you have to walk by to get to pickleball.
I'm envisioning this Vinny pickleball video right now. For context,
He's
she
gonna
meant
do it.
mini pickleball. He will do that at some point for
He's
sure.
gonna help me do it.
But yeah, awesome. That's all I have. Do you have anything for me?
I don't. Thanks for coming and
Of
thanks for
course.
letting us be a part of this.
Of
And
course.
you know, I think it's great. And
Thank you. I appreciate
cool if I
everything
get
you're
asked
doing.
back.
Oh,
See.
for sure. We'll have you back again. All right. Thank you, Lisa.
Cool. Thank you.